One of the best aspects of bringing you the 50 summer stories of tech in Pittsburgh has been all about Pittsburgh companies developing technologies to get us back to work during this COVID-19 crisis. Lots of that's happening here. And today we're featuring Sycor. We have Nick Dove hanging out with us. And of course, I'm Jonathan Kirsten with the Pittsburgh Tech Council, hanging out with Comcast to make these stories happen. And I think these are some of the best stories to tell right now because it really shows you the ingenuity that's going on right here as far as that goes. And so Nick, thanks for hanging out with me today. I know you're a super busy guy, and I'm just excited to talk to you about what all is going on with this, because I think we're actually going to do a little slideshow today too, for those of you who are going to be watching this. So if you're listening to this, just go over to our YouTube channel and you can actually see some slides. So we can actually see how this application works and everything like that. So Nick, what's your background, man? What do you do at Sycor? I bet you get to have a lot of fun, huh?
Yep. Hello, everybody. My name is Nicholas Dove. I work at Sycor Americas. He's located here in Pittsburgh, PA. I've been there for about 3 years now, since last June. Graduate of Penn State University, graduated in 2017. And what I do at Sycor is I am an implementation consultant, so I actually do the implementing. And also I'm doing a little bit of pre-sales on the side.
Excellent, man. So they got you spread out a little bit. I like that.
Oh, I'm all over the place.
And give us the elevator pitch for Sycor, because I know you guys do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, so Sycor Americas, first off, we're proud to call Pittsburgh home of our North American headquarters. We are actually headquartered in Germany. That's our mother company. We deliver a wide variety of IT services with our core focuses on implementation of D365 for finance and operations. And also we have implementation services for SAP as well. We also, if you have a company that has reoccurring revenue or rental-based businesses,
yeah,
we also have an ISV solution for those businesses as well, because we know most of our ERP systems, they really don't have that kind of functionality, but we offer that.
Love it. I love it. So let's jump into this, because I think this is so cool. Like I said, I got the news release on this. I was like, I'm calling these guys up. We got to tell this story as far as that is. So you guys just came out with this Sycor.Back2Work. It's all about returning to the office safely. Give us the deets on this thing. What's going on?
All righty. So yeah, actually it was developed in our Sycor Asia offices over in China, since they were the first country to get hit.
Right.
And they started using it. It started working out great for them. They were able to track any possible infections or who was in contact with those people that were infected. And then our HQ over in Germany is like, oh, that's a cool idea. Send that over. So Germany,
we think we want to use this possibly and sell it to others.
Yep. So Germany started using it. Same ordeal. They started using it. They were able to track any possible infections, contacts. Then they even gave it to a couple customers as well. And then the customers in Europe started using it. And then actually then the US, or they sent it over to the US, then we actually started using it and actually have a lot of inquiries about this app already.
Of course, because everybody is so concerned about this and they see these as being really valuable solutions, especially from coming from a company like Sycor. I mean, you guys are known as being top in your game as far as that goes. So the idea of, obviously this was developed very quickly, and you're saying that it's working. Run us through a scenario how this thing works. Tell us kind of like the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s of this thing.
Alrighty, I actually prepared a PowerPoint for you guys.
All right.
Share my screen here.
Pull that sucker up and we'll go through it. That's for sure.
Alrighty, so just a quick little, yeah, wrong screen.
No worries.
Oh, sorry.
Different screen you got to find?
Yeah, I only have it set to PC, but I don't know what's going on here.
No worries. So are you finding, is it large companies that are benefiting from this, or can it even down to like smaller companies in order to, provide this level of service?
For any size company, because it's not built for a specific company or a specific size company. You can build it however that you need to.
Gotcha. Very cool.
So, yep. All right, let's try this again.
There you go.
Oh. And try my settings here.
And as far as like, I know one of the big concerns people have is making sure that there's some anonymity to this as well too. And I'm assuming that's all built into the Sycor.Back2Work.
Yes, 100%. Alrighty. So are you able to see the PowerPoint?
We are good to go, man. I like it. Nice bright sky here with your background. I love it.
Thank you. Alrighty, so just a little bit about our current situation, especially here in the States. Many companies have reduced the risk of infection for their employees through working through home office. And over that time period, they've been easing the measures in public and business environment that are made possible under those certain conditions, like the social distancing, you have to wear a mask whenever you're out in the common areas, so on and so forth. So the Sycor.Back2Work app, that gives you the ability to create like a step-by-step lockup is the best word I could have found for it.
Yeah.
So companies can actually apply those social distancing rules during this period to protect their employees and track any kind of possible infections or whoever was close to people that were infected.
Exactly.
And like I mentioned, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
and
exactly. I mean, that's the most important part here as we get back is being able to trace back. So if something does happen, we can quash it quickly and before it can keep spreading.
Right. And like I mentioned, this app is created in a company neutral way, and it can be used by anyone or any size company in its free version.
That's what's amazing. So this is free. You can just use. That's so cool, man. Bringing it out. So there's no excuse not to at least try it, right?
That's right. Alrighty. So here's just a little look and feel on how the application works out of the box. So this first screen here is what you would see when you would log into it. Okay. So where I'm checked in at currently, any upcoming reservations throughout the day. So if I wanted to reserve like a meeting room or maybe in the marketing department, those reservations will be listed in this area here.
Okay.
Or anytime I walk into a certain room in the office, we could set up QR codes for each room in the office, and all you can do is just go into your camera and check in with those QR codes.
And you can check you in immediately. I love it. Very cool. Very cool.
Or if you don't have the QR code set up, you can actually manually check into whatever room that you're in at the current time.
And then it's going to know you were in that room at that certain time. And then I guess when you leave, it's going to know when you leave as well, too. Very cool.
Yep. And then you can check out manually, or you can rescan that QR code to check out of the room.
So you just bump that code again, and then it's going to know that you're exiting out of that space.
Yes, sir.
And so this will work on all devices. It's iOS and Android.
Yep.
Absolutely. And it's a nice, clean, simple to use app. Like I see this, like there's no mistaking anything for anything. It's pretty efficient here. You can tell exactly what's going on.
Exactly. So if you would have like a little staff meeting for maybe like a customer support meeting, you actually make a reservation for a specific room in the office.
Okay.
So if your company is more than one branch, you can actually have a drop down or a lookup for all your different branches.
Nice.
So if I wanted to reserve, a office in Pittsburgh at our Penn Center West location right off the Parkway, and I wanted to do a reservation in the meeting room, I can do so. Looks like I have 5 available spaces in there, and I can click it and then submit my reservation and reserve those 2 to 3 spaces for me.
Very cool. Love it, man. Love it.
And sorry.
Clean and easy. That's what I like about this.
Yeah. And for what a finished view would look like is where I'm checked in at the Penn Center West in the kitchen. I went to go get my coffee and any reservations that I have coming up. So it looks like I have a morning meeting in the marketing room, and in the afternoon I have a customer support meeting. So just quick and simple ways I could check in and check out. And that helps us track, okay, who was where at what time, just in case if someone does come down with COVID-19, we can see, okay, who was close to these people.
Right. And so as far as then this, when someone's using this app, they're not using it in their name. Is it assigned like a random number of some kind? And that way then it knows who was there without actually having to name a name or so forth?
It's actually, you can set it up with your Azure Active Directory.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
And just a little bit about the data protection.
This is a big deal. I see GDPR and I know this is legit, right?
Right. So we're GDPR compliant. So we store all the data on the customer tenant or on your business's tenant. And regarding your own personal data, we don't do any GPS tracking or any Bluetooth tracking. It's just strictly based off of where you scanned that QR code or wherever you checked in manually on the app. That's
very cool. Very cool. Because those are some of the main concerns I've been hearing from everyone when it comes to these things is being able to have that anonymity and the privacy and know that you're not being tracked, but you're just simply checking in on this device and it knows that you were in that room at that particular period of time. So very cool.
Yep. And of course, to see the actual data on the back end, to view all the reports, all that data evaluation is only by selected people in your tenant. So maybe like managers
Like
or
HR
department heads.
people, whoever it is that's going to be in charge of this. That way, then, only certain eyeballs can see it. Super cool.
Exactly. Alrighty. So how it works. So our first step is to download all the related software. I'll get into that later. So we're going to create our office spaces and their maximum capacities.
Okay, and those capacities are going to be different now based on social distancing. So, like I know, like a conference room that would hold 20 might now only hold 10 or something, and those will all be figured out ahead of time by each company, I suppose. Correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And then after we create those office spaces, then we can reserve an office space via the application. And then we can log into an office space using a QR code or punching in manually, like what you saw in the screenshots. And then, of course, the main goal is to protect your employees with social distancing.
Keep them apart, 6 feet.
Yep, exactly. All righty. So needed infrastructure and licenses. So like I said, you can use Azure Active Directory, Office 365 or Microsoft 365.
We all have 365, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah. SharePoint Online. And since that this application is, in fact, a Microsoft Power App, you don't need a Power App plan
Oh, okay.
to run this.
Very interesting.
And I can't not stress this enough. This can be used free of charge in the basic version for any company.
Nice.
You don't have to pay for anything out of the box.
See, that I think it's just so cool that you're doing that, because it gives people no excuse not to try this, because I think this can make such a huge difference in people's comfort level coming back to work, knowing that you're going to know where you are anonymously and spaces have been set. Like, I think it's so cool.
Right. And then just to get the app, you can go to our Sycor America's website and just download it directly from our homepage. It's listed right there.
I'm on there right now and I can see the download button. Pretty cool.
Yep. And if you want to see on all the back end on how it works, all of our documentation is on our GitHub.
Great. Fantastic. For all those nerds out there that want to really get into it. I won't go there.
Not me either.
Because that's beyond me. That's for sure.
Alrighty. So you're a company, ABC, you want this application. How does it work?
Yeah.
So deployment, it's script-based on a site collection in your SharePoint. Then you can create and store your office spaces at maximum capacities. And you set up your office, do all the QR codes, set up the office spaces. And then you set the read authorized employees in your organization. So who can see all the data in the back end or all the reports. So you set up those heads or HR, whoever. And then once all of that is set up, then you can distribute the application to all your employees for iOS or Android devices through your company portal like Lync or Intune.
I'm feeling like you can do this in the course of an afternoon if you really had to. If you're a 40, 50 person organization, like this is not that big of a deal.
No, setup's easy, self-explanatory. I believe we've done it in less than a day.
See, I know what's going on. I like that, man. That's another no barrier to entry on this thing. It's free. Right. It's easy to set up. So what happens if you want to upgrade? What does that mean? What other features do you get if you're going to upgrade this? You like it, you download it, you think it's pretty cool. What other features can you get if you pay more for it?
All righty. Conveniently, that's on my very next slide here.
It's like I'm reading minds or something like that. This is kind of crazy.
All righty. So in the free version, so you're able to track bookings. Languages out of the box are German and English. The reservations, the manual infection tracking, so who was where at what time, or any message broadcast. So you can broadcast messages throughout the app as well through like an admin login. So if all of that's working fine and dandy for you, but you want more, you can contact us at Sycor, or you can develop your own. It's an open application. So let's just say you contact us to give you more premium features like freely configurable reservation slots. So if you want to actually create slots for certain rooms, I lost my train of thought there.
No worries.
Automatically create reservations through your Outlook. So if I want to make a meeting appointment in my Outlook calendar, it'll boom, send all the information to the application and create a reservation based off of that. You can also view, sorry.
I love it. And I see also here that you can actually custom brand this as well too. So you can maintain the look and feel of your company identity to really integrate it into your culture a little bit. That's kind of cool.
Yep. You can view heat maps or utilization views of real time throughout your office. You can have bookmarks or save templates. So, okay, I have my weekly staff meeting. So I can create a template like, boom, I have my weekly meeting for 3 people in the HR office.
Nice. Very cool. And on the heat map, so at any point in time, then you can actually see where all the people are.
Yes, exactly.
You can see your own potential hot spots. Like, I'm staying away from conference room B. There's a lot of people in there.
Exactly. And then, of course, if you have a customer-facing business, like customers walk into your office, we can build an extension for customers as well whenever they visit.
Very cool. So they come in, they're part of the scene as well too. They can be checked into conference rooms and so forth.
Exactly.
Awesome stuff, man. I love it. I love it.
Alrighty.
What's
That
next?
actually wrapped up the PowerPoint. So I guess I'll open up to you for any questions, John.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, obviously you just rolled this out in the U.S. market. How long has this been out now for? Just a couple weeks now, or what?
This has been out in the U.S. for roughly about a month and a half to 2 months.
Excellent. And yeah, how's the reaction been to it so far? I'm assuming people are seeing this as a pretty cool solution. I mean, obviously you can start for free. I mean, come on.
Yep. I mean, our sales guy, John, he's been getting inquiries left and right for this application. So a lot of questions on how to set it up. And if you need to, you can just give us a call. If you need help setting it up, we can offer that service.
That's what it's all about at the end of the day. And the fact that, like I said, you're bringing this out. Have there been any kind of any kind of top concerns that people have been bringing up, and obviously them seeing that this is alleviating then a lot of their concerns as they're trying to get people back?
The main concern is what was mentioned earlier is the data protection.
Right.
So a lot of people don't want to be tracked wherever they are at all times via GPS. And I cannot stress this enough. You are not being tracked.
Not being
tracked. Strictly based off of that QR code. That's it.
And that's the secret sauce to it all, as far as that goes. Do you see yourself adding any more capabilities to this as you move forward?
Hopefully down the road, yes. But at the current moment, it's free and open source. So we pretty much built this app for you to make it yours.
That's what's so cool. So obviously you got someone in your office that wants to kind of geek out on this for a while. You said it's open source. You can go and then customize it to exactly your own needs. You're giving them that nice core to kind of start with, which I think is just amazing.
Exactly.
Really neat stuff. Like I said, this is such a cool story, Nick, and I'm so glad you got to tell me more about this. I think this is something that people need to go to your website. Just go to Sycor-Group.com, and there's a whole link to it right there. I'm looking at it on my computer right now. It's something I want to tell our HR department about. This might be something we want to put together at the Tech Council, because as we start thinking about getting back, whenever that may be, this might help us want to get back a little bit sooner, knowing that as we get in there, we can keep our conference rooms checked and know that there people are in and out, and we can see what's going on. It seems like a very simple solution, and those are always the most powerful ones out there. And that's what Sycor is doing, man. Very cool.
Right.
So we'll leave it at that, I think, for now. Like I said, I'm glad I got to talk to you about this. I feel like we've got plenty of information. And like I said, we're so glad Sycor is here in Pittsburgh doing what you guys do. That's what's making Pittsburgh proud, Nick. Simple as that.
Oh, yeah. We're happy to be here.
Good stuff. And thanks for talking to me today. This is why we tell these great stories here on our Comcast Summer at 50 Pittsburgh Tech Stories. You are one of our stories, Nick, and Sycor is one of those stories, and so glad we got to tell it. So glad Comcast is making that happen. This has been Jonathan Kirsting with the Pittsburgh Tech Council. Nick, you're the best.
All righty. Thank you.